Alright, Gaming Jesus Rocks here, and we're going to be doing my top 10 GameCube games from games that I've owned, okay? Now, there are probably games that will probably be on this top 10 that I played before, but may not run as expected. And so we're going to start off with number 10 here, and if you guys can see it quite well, is Lost Kingdoms. Now, this game is a game about where you have to take this, I cannot quite explain it, but it's a game about trying to get cards and use them in battle, kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic, but more instead you actually have only 4 cards you can pick from, and you have, when you're out of mana, you start losing health, and it's a pretty nice thought out game. It's very good storyline, and you basically play as a basically you're supposed to save your kingdom, and that's basically Lost Kingdoms there. Number 9, Space Raiders, which is actually a great game. And this game, no, excuse me for that, but this game, Space Raiders, the reason why it's sitting here at number 9 is it's a great game. It's not my all-time favorite third-person shooter, but it's up here with it. And it's basically a game about where aliens come to invade Earth, and you're sitting here trying to defeat off these aliens, and it's an arcade kind of style where it's basically, if I would go to the arcade and I would put in a coin, and I'd put in coins to play, and how many coins ever you need to put in, like, let's say 25 cents, you can put them in, and you basically have to start to play 1 credit per game. And you go until you got 3 lives, and you go until you continue until you die. When you die, you can either click continue or not, and you got a 10-second timer, but it's actually a great game. You can play with up to 2 players. But if you're playing single player, you'll be able to continue the story, but won't be able to track your score. If you're playing on co-op, there is no possibility of restarting from the point you're at. The next game here. Now, this game is not the best game I actually ever. It's not one of my best games for a sports game, but it's one of my better. I don't like playing like FIFA or NBA sports or NFL kind of games, or NBA, whatever. I don't like playing any of those kind of sports games, but this one I had to put it on here. I had to put it on here at number 8, and it's Mario Superstar Baseball. It's a great game. I love it. It's a great game that you get to play with your friends and go all out on a sports fighting, and you go in and you play story mode, try to get these different players and try to create your own team. As you can also play mini games in this game. You can play up to 4 players. It's basically like a normal regular baseball game with power-ups, and that's why Mario Superstar Baseball is on here. Another game that I would have put on here, but I don't own it, and these are only games that I own, and it would be Mario Strikers, that game. I would love if that was on. I would have probably up here in this list. This next game is the only racing game that I think I have on this system. Actually, I have one other game, but it's not my all-time favorite. But This next one is Sonic Riders, and I actually do love this game. This game is one that I could say that it would be the best game for racing on this system that I have, besides Cars. But I didn't put Cars on here because I don't like that game as much as when I had it. When I started playing it, it was great. But with this one, you actually go racing through basically the evil or the good side. One of those two games. I'm not very good when it comes to this game. I'm not very good at racing for this game, but you do get to ride on hoverboard, not like like Mario Kart where you actually drive a cart or you drive something. Here you're actually driving a hoverboard using your control stick and collect rings to gain more better power ups. Hit your enemies to lure their spot, but basically there's no any true power ups in this game. All there is basically hit the opponent. The difference in between Mario Kart and this game is that you get to play battle royale, like a battle arena on hoverboard, so you actually get to go look around, and that's where you get the power ups and stuff. But other than that, that's a pretty good game. The only downside I didn't like about this game was that I couldn't that I didn't like the how the game didn't quite fit me, because in most racing games you don't want to have to go and get to a pit stop, and that was the only reason why I didn't like about that game. There's some other reasons why I didn't like the Lost Kingdoms either, was because it just didn't felt quite like a game I enjoy for an RPG, and that's why it hit number 10, but it was pretty good. Space Raiders, I didn't like it because you didn't get to actually like move on a map like Call of Duty or Final Fantasy Dodge of Decibers, or games kind of like that. And Mario Baseball was because I don't like much sports games, but it's also because I didn't like it how I like didn't like it how because of the graphics a little bit, because of a few other things, but I'm not going to go into more detail on that. This next game is another. I don't consider it a racing game per se, but with actual like vehicles and stuff. But this next one is another Sonic game, which is sitting here at number which is sitting here at number 6. Now, I like this game because it's Sonic and it's very keened into the game, but I didn't like it because it just didn't quite hold up by storyline. I didn't like it, the story, but about it, but I love it because I was able to basically able to pick a team and actually play on each different kind of hero or dark. I got to play some of those, but some of the gameplay part of it wasn't quite story heavy ready. This next game, now most of you guys are going to be surprised. I do play some like turn-based games, and this next one is Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Now, this would probably be a little higher on the list, but I haven't played it in a while, and I don't know if it's exactly quite play it, because if I open up the disc here, I believe, yeah, it's scratched. I haven't been able to figure out things on that, but Fire Emblem is great because you get to be able to take your characters, be able to storyline was great, everything was great about it. It's basically, most of you probably know what Fire Emblem is if you've played it on the DS or on the Game Boy or systems like that. But the only downside I didn't like about it was that if you lost a character, the character doesn't come back, and that's what I didn't like about it. That was the only downside, and that's why it's not sitting here at number at number 5. Well, 10. Sitting here at number 5. I didn't like it just because of that. This next game here is another Sonic game. And I love this game because I love this next Sonic, Sonic the Sonic Adventures 2 battle. I like it because it's another type of one of those racing kind of deal, but it's more of like a racing kind of platform type of game. And I like it because the game really enticed me to keep on playing, keep on going. I enjoy it to the max. I enjoy it to where, um, well, excuse me for that, but excuse me. For that, that Sonic games were really great for the GameCube. I love it how that when Sega Genesis was whenever the last Sega system came out, that the Sega Dreamcast was the last one, I believe. But I don't own any of those, and I wish I owned some of those. But Sonic Adventures 2 Battle was actually a great game. I love it because for its linear style, where you're playing through a linear storyline, but you've got the capabilities of playing as two different sides of in game, and it was also capable of playing on GameCube controller or Game Boy, and I liked it also because you got to go and play with your friend, and make it a challenge to see whoever's the better at this game. And that's what I liked about it. But the downside I didn't like about it was that the game should have felt more like a racing game. It shouldn't have felt like I didn't want to go and search for emeralds, but it should have felt more like a racing game. The next game here is another Mario game. I love this game because I love this Super Mario Sunshine. My bad. I don't quite know all my games, but I love them. And that one I liked because you got to be able to explore, and it's better. I like it better than Super Mario Bros. Than the platforming title game. I like this one because it's open world, and you got to actually choose where you got to go. And that's what I like about this kind of style of games, is I don't like much platforming style of games because they don't entice me. There's some platforming, but I don't really like it too much, and that's why that one's up here. But I didn't like it because it just didn't quite hold up because of storyline. Like you didn't quite. Sometimes I like linear style games, but it was a very great game, but it just didn't quite get up there. This next one is a cross number. That was, if you guys are looking through here, I'm gonna go and recap before we start. Before we go, number 10 was Lost Kingdoms. Number 9 was Space Raiders. Mario Superstar Baseball was number 8. Sonic Riders was number 7. Sonic Heroes was number 6. Fire Emblem was number 5. Sonic Adventures Battle 2 was number 4. Mario Sunshine was number 3. Number 2 here is on PlayStation, but I own it on GameCube because I got it as a cheaper price. It was $1 cheaper than to get it on PlayStation, which is Rogue Ops. It's nice, good third-person shooter. I like it because it's one of those games that you get to play as your main character is a girl, and I like it because there's not many games I find out there that are girl intensive. I'm not able to find much where you're actually playing as a girl, and I like it because it's more of like a CSCIA kind of type of game where you actually get to go and find these different missions and go through and actually find out throughout the game as you get to be find out these get things back or whatever. I haven't played much of the game, but I actually do like it. My honorable mentions here for GameCube. I only have two, and these games didn't quite make it onto the list because I don't play it too much, or because these games weren't quite what I expected. And the first one is Final Fantasy um, Crystal Chronicles. I don't know if I've beaten the game or not. Somebody let me know um, if there is another. Just let me know if there's an ending to this, if there's a way, so I can find out about it. The next one um, is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I know that this is probably on PlayStation as well, but Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire is a pretty great game. Didn't quite hold up. I do like Harry Potter. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. It's just this next game, this number one, is a racing game, and it's actually a racing game that I actually enjoy. And it's based off of it's a sequel, I believe, or it's based off of 1080 Snowboard called 1080 Avalanche. And I like it because 1080 Avalanche was a great game. I like it because it was a big game where you can actually race and complete these snowboarding challenges and pick your board, pick your character. You can play whoever you want it to be. You could be a lady, you could be a man, you could be somebody that was really great, and you got to pick your own boards, got to go find them. It was the best snowboarding game I've played so far to date. Now, I've probably played SSX, but I actually enjoy 1080 Avalanche, but I haven't played the SSX yet. I haven't played any of these other games, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys stayed throughout this whole entire thing, please like and do subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Or actually, I shouldn't say see you in the next episode. I should say see you later.